Right. So, like I mentioned, my goal would be user signups and acquisition. Then I look at user segments, people who I can target this to. So in that case, now that it is given that it's 10x more expensive than a normal car and it is 5x faster. So I'd be only looking at people who value their time a lot because this will definitely be more expensive. So looking at people who value their time as much and they are willing to shell out that money to get that benefit of time. Right. So we were looking at two use cases also, intercity as well as intracity. For the purpose of this discussion, can we restrict it to just intercity travel? I'll say why, because as of now for intercity travel, we have aeroplanes, which are the fastest modes of communication. But with even with aeroplanes, there's a lot of pre and post time which gets wasted to reach the airports, and then at the airport also you have a lot of checks to go through, and then when you actually board the flight, then you have the flying time. So even after the flying time, then you have to wait for your baggage to come, and then for the cab or whoever, and then for the end destination. So point A to point B actually takes a lot more time than just the flying time. So I am looking at intercity travel for this use case.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so now looking at user segments. Right, so I am making the user segment. So the user segment I'm making is this is based on the use case. So use case here is intercity travel and rich people. So this user segment I'm defining as people earning more than 1 crore per annum in terms of
Mm-hmm.
rupees. So this is the target segment. And if I have to create a persona here, I can talk about, let's say, Mukesh, who is around 45 years old, lives in Mumbai, have a family, is the CEO of a firm. His firm is valued at, let's say, 500 crores. He is the CEO of a firm valued at 500 CR. He has meetings all day long and frequently needs to travel to other places, other cities to meet his business counterparts. Currently, he uses the traditional aeroplanes to fly to the cities, but it is very time consuming. Like, I mean, so yeah, this is what he's doing. So he needs to fly to different cities to meet his business counterparts, and he usually travels alone or with one more person at max. So this is my persona. Now I'd start looking at his problems and pain points. Right. So the two main problems which he faces with the current setup, which is traveling via aeroplanes, is that so first is the time wastage. He feels a lot of time could be saved if there was an alternative which was quicker in nature, and then he could use that time to probably make more money out of it at more productive areas. So that is one wastage of time. Second is hassle. He feels that even flying today is very cumbersome. Not just time, but it is also very cumbersome. Like I said, too many documents involved, too many touch points, and then collect your baggage, wait for your baggage. So all of that, it's very hassle. It's very cumbersome as well. Third is he doesn't get the comfort he requires. Sure, he can buy a business class seat or a first class seat, but then he doesn't think it's value for money. And even there, he feels it could be more comfortable. So the comfort is also lacking in the existing setup. So these are just three problems. We'll work with these and see. Right. So in the first, I listed out three problems: time wastage, hassle, and comfort. In the first phase, let's say the MVP, I'd like to solve only for time wastage and hassle because these are the two must-haves, and comfort is more of a good to have, and that is also incremental, iterative in nature. We can keep iterating on the comfort part and make it better in the subsequent models.